Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solution. Today we are going to discuss about the employee hiring process. So we are going to see how we can create the job requisition in the Oracle HCM. So in our previous session we discussed about the pre-hiring process. So first we talked about like what is a recruitment process, what are the importance of the recruitment process and steps we have to follow in the recruitment process, and this is the flow of the recruitment process, and what are the checklist of the pre-employment screening, and what are the pre-hiring process. So for that we have to first determine our workforce, then drive candidate engagement, then manage sourcing, then perform intelligent screening, then select candidate, and then generate offer, and then after that last we have to onboard the new hire. And we have also seen the advertisement cost, like what are the recruiting costs, different kind of recruiting cost, right? So we have also advertisement cost, sourcing and screening cost, and interviewing cost, assessment tool cost, and onboarding cost. So these are the cost we have seen and we have to bear for hiring any employee. Okay, and we also calculate the cost per hire into currency, in USD also, in INR also. And we have also talked about in depth detail about the workforce needs, drive candidate engagement, what we have to do there. So in determine workforce needs, we have to specify skills and qualification, what we want from the new employee, and we can also ask for the referrals, try out the various social media platform, and what are the new hire experience. And in the drive candidate engagement, we have to give the job description and what are the pre-screening questions, and then we have to post in the career site. Okay, then we have to manage the source. So first we have to identify the top talent, and then we have to also perform the intelligent screening, and then after completing that process we are going to select the candidate and then interview that candidate, and then if the candidate got selected by our side, then we are going to send the job offer letter to the candidate. Okay, and if the employee accepted our job offer, then we are going to give a welcome board to the employee. Okay, then these are the hiring process. So basically first we have to create the job requisition, and then career side, then sourcing candidate, then managing candidate, and then we have to manage the interview, then manage job offers, and then hire the worker, and then onboarding journey start. You have to define some task for new joinees there in the onboarding journey. What are the tasks here the new employee have to perform after the joining? Okay, now let's talk about the hiring objective here. So the first activity in determining an organization workforce needs is to strategize and document the recruiting policies. So procedures to streamline hiring activities. Now that you got an overview of an recruiting to onboarding process flow, so let's learn about how to define any recruiting strategies. So at the end of here you can see that how to define recruiting strategy, formal plan of action involving an organization attempt to successfully identify, recruit and hire high quality candidate for the purpose of filling its open position. So these are the hiring objectives: the scoping, sourcing, screening, selecting, and then hiring. So strategizing can help you streamline your efforts right from a candidate's first encounter with the career site till the candidate is converted into a new hire. A recruiting strategy is well thought out action plan to recognize, engage and hire high quality candidate for the organization. So the strategy should be developed with hiring objective and company goals in mind. So you can see the step, the scoping, the sourcing, screening, selecting, and then hiring. So basically, scoping identify the talent needs of your organization and structure a job description and various requirements to meet these needs. And then sourcing, develop campaign to communicate with the candidate pools and market open requisition to draw candidate application and provide a positive experience. Then screening is a powerful and simple built-in intelligence through the chatbots, and adaptive intelligence facilitates quicker and smarter hiring. And then selecting is a crafting powerful interview question and create trial tasks to test and select the right talent and build a rigid pipeline for future vacancies. And then at last we have hiring. So it's provide meaningful and enriching new hire experience from pre-boarding to the onboarding. So after learning how to define a recruiting strategies, we are going to do the job requisition. So a job requisition informs candidate about a particular vacancy in an organization. It contains several elements such as pre-screening, questionnaires, and background checks. An organization posts job requisition to career site and other platform where candidate can view them and apply for the job. So you will see how we can create and approve the job, format the job, post the job, fill the job, and the suspend and cancel the job. So you can see this is the phase of the job requisition. So in our requisition creation and approval task, you can find the requisition template, position, job, and existing requisition, and the blank requisition. So the hiring manager or the recruiter create the requisition with all the requested details such as the basic information, hiring team, etc., and submit the requisition for the approval. Then we have the job formatting. So in the job formatting, you have posting description, questionnaires, employer description, recruiting organization description, and video or image. And then you have the requisition posting. So in that you have external career site, internal career site, job board, agent, or the agencies. And then next you have the fill job requisition. So here the candidate hired against the opening, and in that last cancel and suspend job requisition, it's going to be active job requisition. There you can suspend and cancel the job. So let's move to the application and see how we are going to perform these tasks, how we are going to create the requisition, how we can do the job formatting, how we can do the requisition posting, filling the job requisition, and then cancel and suspend the job requisition. So I just log in the application and log in as a HR specialist. Okay, so you have to go to the My Client group, and here you can see the hiring option, the first app. Okay, so you have to just click on it. Okay, you can see here the existing requisition, and here you can see different options: job requisition, candidate search, campaign, candidate pools, job offer, events, and recruit to the hire. Okay, so all the tasks related to the job requisition you can find here to hire any employee. For creating a job requisition, you have to click on the add icon here. Okay, so you can see you have to fill the details, the requisition type, the use, the recruiting type, and the primary location where you want to hire, and the requisition template here. Okay, so we are going to select the requisition type is a standard. Here you can see two types, the standard and the pipeline. Okay, And if we go here use, you can see these options you are going to use as a template, position, job, existing requisition, and blank requisition. And in the recruiting type you have campus, contingent, executive, hourly, and professionals. Okay, so here in the use I'm going to select as a blank requisition. Okay, so you can see here all the field we have here previously is going to be disappear when you select the use. Then I'm going to click on the continue. So we move to the basic information. Here you have to give the requisition title. For example, let's hire. Let's first give the name as a fusion so it's easy to find our requisition, right? Fusion sales manager. Okay, and here you can see number of opening, it's limited, so you can give number here. Okay, and if it's unlimited, so you can just select the unlimited. Okay, so numbers field is going to be disabled if you select the unlimited. Okay, so for example, if you want to hire the sales executives, right, so you can select here the limited and just select the 5. Okay, we calculated the cost per hire for the 5 employee like that. Okay, then I'm going to just click on the continue option to move to the next field. Okay, so you can see here this is the hiring team. You have to fill the detail about the hiring team here. So who is the hiring manager and the recruiter. And here add a collaborator type, so you can add a collaborator and work council representative. You can add the option and then click on the continue. So after that we move to the requisition structure. Here you can see the requisition type, so you can select these value. We also see this value in our first task, right, in how you are going to use this template. And you have to fill here the organization detail and the primary location, what is the other location, and what are your primary location, right? If your company based on a different location, so what is the primary location you are creating for this job requisition, and what are the other location you can provide to the new employee. Okay, and this is the job family you have to fill here, and the job function. So let's say in the requisition type we are going to select the professionals, and after that we have to select the organization. So okay, let's select this one. Okay, so here you can give the primary location and the other location as well. Okay, and then you can select the job family here. So let's select the job family, and here you can select the job function. Okay, because both are the mandatory fields, so you have to select both the option. Okay, and if you want to select here also a sales, so you can select the job function as a sales. Okay, now let's click on the continue, and now we move to the detail option. So what are the detail? Here you have to fill the worker type, the regular or the temporary, the full-time or the part-time, and the education level you want. So it's going to be the employee worker type, and in the worker type you have two options, contingent and the employee. And here you have to select the regular or temporary, two option you have, and here you have two option, full-time and part-time. So it's going to be the full-time, right? And education level, what you want here. So let's select the post bachelor's. Okay, now after that we just move to the next, which is a work requirement field. Here travel required or not, you can select here. Domestic travel frequency required or not, you can select here. What is the willing to relocate or not, so it's yes and no. And what are the work days, Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, and Monday, Wednesday and Friday, these are the option. Then work duration for month, if you are creating job requisition for as a contract base, so how much contract is going to be last, it's like 6 months, right? So you have to give the duration there. And for it, if it's going to be year, so you can give 1 year or 2 year, right? So here you can give those requirement. Now if we move ahead, so we will move to the next option, which is a job description. So here you can see posting description for the internal candidate, and here is the option short description for the internal candidate and the description for the internal candidate. So if I select this checkbox, you can see those field are now appeared now for the short description for the internal, description for the internal candidate, responsibility for the internal candidate, qualification for the candidate, and here is the option same posting description for the internal and the external candidate. Okay, now let's just click on the continue to move to our next field. Okay, this is the skills. So which skills you want in your this job requisition or your employee you are going to be hired. So here you have to give the skill name, it's required or not, and what it's important, it's medium or important, like you want the language, right? So you can give the language skill, which language you want, and then select the require accordingly. And what is the important, it's highly important or medium or important only, and low and none you can select here. So these are the information which are going to be provide at the time of the requisition. So that's why it's not mandatory here, because you can see some of the fields are mandatory, you have to provide, but some of are not mandatory, because for some job you can use those field or some of not. Okay, because some because if you want to hire some person for some clerical jobs, you don't want any certain specific skills, so you don't have to define any skills there, right? So here you can see this field is for the job offer. So you have to select the legal employer, the business unit name, the department, what is the primary work location, and what is the other work location, what is the workplace there, and here you have to select the job. Then you have to click on the continue. after selecting the job, and then we are going to move to the next. You can see we have 13 option to fill the 13 tasks to create the job requisition. Okay, so here in the estimate time to hire, you have to fill the requisition title, the education level, and the location. So these details we already filled. So you can see change the attribute to see how they affect the estimate by adding additional location, for example. So to keep these value, remember to change them in an appropriate section of this requisitions. You can change also, or you can add another location also. You can see we provide two location. First is a primary, second is a other location. If you want to add any other location, you can add it. So this is a estimate time to hire you have to provide here. Then if you want to add any attachment, so you can add here, like companies, any logo or any image. And here is the configuration option. What is the candidate selection process? You can see here so many options are there. So we can select the candidate default candidate selection process, and then here you can see the external application flow. So we can see the CA external apply flow, and then you can see here this is a hot job or not. Allow candidate to apply when not posted, and automatically unpost requisition. So you can see these options. Yes, unpost internally only, unpost externally only, and unpost internally and externally, and then automatically fill the requisition, yes or no. So you can select here according to your requirement. Then you have to click on the continue to move our last option, which is the questionnaires. Okay, so now I'll move to the questionnaire. Here you can see internal pre-screening questionnaires. You can add your questions here. So see here you can see the example of the question. Are you a member of a relevant accredited professional body? What is your top area of HR related expertise? And then how many years do you have of directly related experience? These are the questions you can ask. Then this is the external pre-screening questions. So you can see same question. Do you have any possesses a relevant professional certification, and why did you choose to apply to this organization for your internship and all? These are the external pre-screening questions. And here you can select your interview questions. So this is the last step of the job requisition. Now after that you have to just click save and close, or you can click on the submit. Here you can see our job requisition we just created. Now let's just click on that. Okay, now let's submit that first. Wait. So now we receive our confirmation message. First we save and close, now we submitted it. Okay, now let's open this. So you can see after submission you can see these options, the overview, the detail, the job formatting. We are on the job formatting page directly, and the interaction, the interviews, and the progress. Okay, so these are the options you can see. So in here you can see the job requisition formatting. So we create the job requisition. Now we are going to see the job formatting, and here you can see the sourcing and the career side and all option, and then manage interview. So here you can manage your interview option, and here now we are on the job formatting option. So let's talk about this. So here you can give the employer description, the recruiting organization description, and the media option you have also here. Okay, and if you go here in the action button, right side top of the page, you can see here. So here you can see this option, move to the posting. If you click on this, so you have these options, the internal career side, the external, and the staffing agent. Okay, the third party. So for example, if I just go here external and then click on the edit, and here you can see the posting schedule. Right now the posting status is not posted, right? Here you have three options: do not post, post later, and post now. So let's just select the post now here. And then click on the save. What happened to the application now? Okay, now let's add it. Okay, so when you select post now, these information you can see here: the start date, the time zone, the expiration date. Now let's just click on the save. Okay, so you can see here the career side, right? The time zone and the posting status is now changed, it's posted. Okay, so this is the job posting. Now if you again go to this action, if you want, for example, there is a no need of this post, you want to cancel or suspend, so here you can see the option suspend job requisition and the cancel job requisition. Okay, so these are the option you have. And if you want to fill your job requisition manually again, so here you have one option again, the fill job requisition, and the other options are also there. You can see send message to the team, translate job requisition, and redraft the job requisition. Okay, so these are the other cases. So now here you can go to the overview option to see your job requisition overview. So you can see all the information about the what is the key highlights, what is the estimate time to hire. Okay, and if any top recommendation you can see here. And here in the top of the list you can see the new to be reviewed, or the active applicant and application, sorry, hire out of one, and unconfirmed application, and referred the prospect. So these are the information you can see here. Okay, so you have posting option here, right? And you have interaction option here, and you have interviews option here. So if you want to schedule the interview, so you can create interview schedule and add shared interview schedules. You have two option here. So first, if I click on the create interview schedule, you have to select the template. Okay, and the schedule title, then location detail, then setting info. Okay, schedule type is automatically selected here. You can select then click on the continue. So it's moving to the location, in person or the phone or the web conference. These three options you have here. Then you can just click on the continue. and this is not the mandatory, so you can decide the later point of time according to the employee's availability. And then here we have the settings. The candidate can cancel or candidates can't make the last minute change, these two options here, so you can select according to your requirement. Now let's click on the continue to move to the next option. So here you have the candidate info, so you can fill the candidate info here and then click on the continue, and then you have to select the interviewer document. So it's include link to job posting, include link to the resume, and include ICS attachment. Okay, so this is how you can create your interview schedule. You can schedule your interview. Okay, so if I go back to our page where we create the job requisition, so here you have your manage campaign option. Then we have the job offer, event. So these are the existing, and by clicking on the add icon you can create the new one. So let's see what are the information you have to fill. So you have to fill the basic information, the name, the number, the description, the purpose and the goal and the level here. Then associate the job requisition. Okay, specify requisition query, and add requisition filter here, and who is the owner, so you can select here. Okay, so this is how you can create. And then you have job offer option to create a job offer after selecting the candidate. Okay, so you have state, draft, pending approval, approved, extended, and accepted. Okay, so this is the offer you have. Now let's move to the recruit to the hire. Okay, so you can see here the recruitment summary. Okay, the overview, the campaign and the source tracking here. The applicants, the campaign, the audience, the conversion and the refers to the job. Okay, so this is the applicant source tracking. And here you have another options, the requisitions. What are the requisition in your organization, the recruiters, the requisition recruiters, right? And the snapshot of that top 10 opening to be filled and requisition aging. So it's a open requisition, average requisition, days open and days to fill, and the posting. And then you have also another tab which is applications. Here you can see the application summary. What are the active application, the new application, average application, internal application and the referrals. And then you have the selection and the offer, the selected candidate and offer sent to them. Okay, so this is a summary report of that. And here you can give the name, of the month, the business unit, the legal employer, give the year also, and grade and job family also. You can find the data according to your selection. And then next tab we have of the hires. So this is the hiring report, hiring overview. You can see the new hires are 14, internal hires is the 1, internal rate is a 7%, time to hire is a 0, and the processing is 14. Okay, so you can find your specific data by filling their business unit name or the location department name. Okay, so this is how we can create the job requisition, and then we can post the job and then cancel and suspend the job and do the job formatting. So this is all about the job requisition and recruit to the hire. And then after that, the onboarding journey is going to begin. We are going to see that in our upcoming session. So thank you so much for watching the session.